the Yup, I Like Wrestling podcast.
You see what I did there?
Are you gonna start?
No, yeah.
Are you real right now?
The greatest general manager. Jesus. I'll allow it.
That's peon moves.
Yep, I like wrestling.
Greetings from parts unknown. My name is Sonny Sofrito, and Happy New Year, and welcome to a new year with the Yep, I Like Wrestling podcast. Today, I am joined by the greatest general manager in Yep, I Like Wrestling history. And I am also joined today by...
Your unfriendly neighborhood glamazon.
Yo, come on, man, cheer up.
I'm a little upset that you said Happy New Year before you introduced us because we couldn't say Happy New Year all together.
Happy New Year!
I'm gonna tell them Happy New Year. Can you tell them Happy? I'm gonna tell them Happy New Year.
To all my friends and fans out there, Happy New Year!
To all of Teddy's fans, Happy New Year.
It's 2012. It's so good.
Thanks for supporting us, not Sonny.
And to all of Tara's imaginary fans.
I didn't say I had fans. I said to Teddy's fans. I know no one likes me. It's fine.
Oh, they love you.
They run up to me in the street and they ask for Teddy. That's who they ask for. Yeah. They do. Teddy, never you. Sometimes
what do you mean never me?
Yeah, they don't ask for you. They gonna see you anyway. But they definitely ask for Teddy. Yes.
Shout out to the general manager. How was everyone's New Year? Interesting.
Amazing.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay. And I feel like I know what you're talking about, so let's just move on.
What happened to you?
Interesting.
Yeah, what's interesting?
Interesting, I don't know.
It was just interesting.
Whenever someone says interesting, you have to leave it alone.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It was
especially when a Puerto Rican does.
Yes.
It was
great.
good, quiet, and then it wasn't.
You're old.
See, I feel like I'm being dragged into something.
Yeah,
that's
he
why you
wants us to
always
ask,
leave
like-
interesting alone.
I actually have no idea what story he's talking about. Do you?
I know I once saw a video of him having an interesting night with you, but...
Oh, he was really drunk at Locksmith? You said that really weird.
That was
phrased.
2018.
That was phrased really weird, bro.
Leave it in the past.
Leave it in
The summer of 2018 where he didn't make it in the Heights.
Good job.
One of many times I didn't make it in the Heights for some reason. Every time I go up there, I get twisted.
Cheap liquor. Shout out to you. With it.
Well, everyone, we have some sad news to not report, but let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was been reported about
It's been reported.
8 days ago.
Yes.
Or 9 days ago by the time of this podcast.
Well, it's something that happened, and we were on vacation, as we shouldn't have been, because you don't pay us anyway, and whatever.
It was a vacation.
But fine, whatever. But it's definitely something that we should talk about and touch on, if not quickly, because I know people are tired of, the same thing over and over again. But this is something that happened, and we need to acknowledge, and we got to deal with it.
So, the great Mean Gene Okerlund passed away at the age of 76, and it was very sad. I mean, I thought he was actually a lot older than that. I was a little surprised that he was actually so young, but passed away on New Year's Day. Yeah.
Well, as a child from the 80s, you can't be a wrestling fan and not know who Mean Gene Okerlund is. Like, if you were a child in the 70s and 80s, and maybe even the 90s
Even
a bit.
in the 90s,
From WCW, but some of Hulkster's iconic moments were standing next to Mean Gene Okerlund. So, yeah, it was a little hard to hear that, but rest in peace, Gene Okerlund. My favorite Gene Okerlund moment is just basically Ric Flair referring to him. Anytime Ric Flair would say, Mean, by God, Gene. That's just the funniest shit ever. So that's my favorite Mean Gene moment, standing next to Ric Flair.
As a wrestling fan of the 80s, as a kid, seeing him and Hulk Hogan, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Yes.
I was
iconic.
That shit made me pop every single time.
Iconic soundbite right there.
That, and also seeing him with Macho Man Randy Savage, and him just having that look of like, I have no idea what the hell he's saying. But yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I mean, some of my first memories of wrestling were watching with my dad and having him, because my dad's big, he's an Ultimate Warrior fan. He wore the shirt. So that's where I got to see it. And I just remember looking at my dad and be like, he's not mean. Like, there's meaner people in the Bronx. Like, I was always so confused. Like, I was like, it's not even mean, Dad. I'm very confused. But it definitely hit me hard. It hit me it even hit my mom hard. And she's not even a wrestling fan. And, she called me and she was a little emotional about it. And it goes to show, like, how Mean Gene, like, just went across generations.
He transcended. I mean, it's crazy because, like, when you look at his life and the stuff that he's done, I mean, he goes back to the original in the 70s, the AWA, which was, one of the biggest organizations when WWF was still the WWF. Then he went to the WWF, and, that's when he blew up with doing the stuff with Hogan and Andre the Giant and
Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan and Mean Gene had some amazing interactions.
Iconic.
Yes.
And then he went to WCW, and if you ever want to watch a very funny clip, it's basically of him going heel. I will leave you at that. Go Google that and go watch that on YouTube. Him cursing out a few wrestlers. It's actually quite funny when he snaps on Sean O'Hare and the rest of the filthy animals like that. It's a very funny clip.
If anything, we'll add it to our playlist on
it's just
our YouTube
very
channel.
out of character for him, but it was funny nonetheless. But rest in peace.
Mean.
He was actually mean then.
That is
hysterical.
He actually had a mean moment.
Absolutely hysterical though. But rest in peace, sir. You have contributed to all of our childhoods.
Yeah. It was so crazy that like two other people that same day died at the age of 76. It was
Super Dave Osborne, correct?
Yes, Super Dave Osborne.
Super Dave.
And Tara, your voice is remarkably deep. You might want to stop that vaping. I don't know this. I don't know the third one, Sonny.
Captain and Tennille. The captain from Captain and Tennille.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, it was because it was. I'm sorry, what was that, Tara?
My captain.
Yes.
Studio audience is close.
For those of you listening, it's 2019. Tara's transitioning, and we support that here on the Yep I Like Wrestling podcast.
Yes, I am.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
I am open to all and questions.
You can still call me Hello Glamazon. It's all right.
There it is.
I'll still drink my Pinot.
Oh, Pinot.
But I'll just be growing a Pinot.
Oh, you see, Tara, it's 2019. We can't say jokes like that. It's politically incorrect, but true. Yeah, it was a creepy. Yeah, some creepy. Dying in threes, but yes.
All in the same day.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what they say, like New Year's Day and your birthday. Those are like the 2 days that everybody tries to stay away from, and it always catches them.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful with those. Sonny?
I'm glad my birthday's in December. So, moving on.
Someone explain to me what is an AEW. I watch enough wrestling. I don't know. I cannot fit any more inside of me. You see what I did there, Tara? See what I did there?
You're such a
yes,
liar.
I know. One of you explain to me why I keep seeing this all over my timeline.
All Elite Wrestling. These are the guys that brought you All In.
I'm listening.
All in who?
I'm listening, Sonny. Continue.
Which was the...
That sounds crazy. Did that hurt her? They were all in. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I do is my business, Tara.
Fucking Lord.
Let Sonny finish his explanation.
Yeah, everybody was all in her.
As I was saying, All Elite Wrestling is a new wrestling promotion by the guys that brought you the All In pay-per-view back in
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks.
Shout out to the Rhodes family.
A bucket of bleach hair dye.
Yeah.
And that sexy black wife of his. Once you go black, you don't go back.
Amen.
Except when his credit goes bad. But Sonny, here's my thing. Kenny Omega, is he a part of this AEXYZ thing? I don't know. It's too much wrestling.
It's not
He's gotta
official.
be.
I mean, he just left New Japan. Real quick, let me just give a quick breakdown to...
Where is Kevin Wood when we need him?
Well,
he's the one who's in charge of this
well,
stuff.
he is, but I could just break it down like this.
Okay.
All Elite Wrestling is a brand new promotion that's owned by Tony Khan, who is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is also he also has some other.
Love hockey.
Isn't he like the son?
Well, he's the son.
the
He's the
owner?
son of the owner, but he's also part owner.
I know things.
Yeah.
This story got a lot less interesting.
And he's a Pakistani American.
Oh no!
Listen, you.
I didn't say anything.
Watch it.
And aside from that, he also has a Boston-based company called True Media that they're actually a company that specializes in statistics and analytics for sports franchises, which is a big business. Well, anyway, the whole thing is that he's the owner of it. It's funny. One thing about Tony Khan, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Dixie Carter, where
Shout out to Dixie Gaza!
Hey, girl.
like Dixie Carter, a child of a very wealthy family, and like Dixie Carter having impact. This is his side venture. I just feel like this
She had impact on what?
Huh?
She had impact on what?
That was a pun, sorry. That was a pun.
Yeah, it was a pun. Not a very good one.
It was a hard way to go around it, but that's what it was, Sonny.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican, big pun.
Becky Lynch, you are nuts. Anyway, so the whole thing is that it just feels like a similar situation, but possibly better legs because of the fact that you have Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks acting as executive vice presidents, and Brandy Rhodes is going to be the director of marketing. If she's been behind some of the stuff that they've done with being the elite and with the stuff that they were doing as Bullet Club, I think they're in good hands.
I support it fully and completely and wholeheartedly. I'm very much invested. It took me a little while to get into New Japan and all of that and start actually watching other things in WWE. I was blind, but now I see. Beige has opened my eyes.
Hashtag Bird Box.
You already know.
Shout out to Netflix!
I got to watch that because
So
we
did
weren't
I.
doing this podcast. It was great. I had a vacation. It was awesome. I got to actually watch a movie.
You know what I call you guys in my phone now?
What?
Girl.
Oh. I'm not doing this with you, Sonny. I'm not doing it. Shout out to Sandra Bullock. Great.
I feel like she loves boy more, so I'll be boy. That'll be good. Sacrifice that bitch.
That's what I say. Girl.
Yeah.
Can we sidetrack for a minute?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
She was going to choose that girl, that dirty bitch. I said, see, I was watching it. I had to take my glasses off. I said, this white bitch, white people are cold. They are cold. She was about to say, you going, but right the last minute, she chased her. I was about to say, whew. I got emotional. But anyway, thank you, Netflix.
What else have you been watching?
I've been watching
New Japan.
New Japan.
Have you?
Oh God, no. Here's what I say. I don't watch anything outside of WWE. I only watch NXT for you know who. I will say this. Tara, stop it.
Okay.
I will say this. If AEW does gain some traction,
It's gonna.
competition makes better product. It will force Vince McMahon to do better
We can
if there's
hope.
another company on his ass.
We can only hope.
So I will say that much. I may not watch it,
He's an old
But
man
if
who's
it's
set in
good-
his ways.
but if it's good, it will force Vince McMahon to do better. So I will leave you with that.
Well, one thing to know is that TNT and TBS are possible suitors.
Shout out to the Monday Night Wars!
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like the Monday Night Wars are coming back again.
I don't know. I think from what I hear, it's gonna be on Tuesday.
What do you mean? Where are you hearing this from?
Shout out to the Tuesday night. That doesn't work.
I have sources. Oh, it's a new year, new me. I have sources now. Yeah. I brought backup. Yeah.
You brought backup?
Sonny, do the fucking who. Do you not hear me whoing over here?
It was me.
For God's sake.
It was me all along,
Wait,
Sonny.
but your who is whack. Wait, who is this?
Shout out
It's
to
me, Beige Benoit.
Shout out to Beige Benoit.
Back again.
You're
I'm
dark
here.
age.
Oh,
Ooh, it's kind of
shout out to
true. You
racism.
might even say I'm dark and lovely.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Jet Magazine.
I do. Oh, Jets. I miss the Jets centerfolds. I really do. Yes. My name is Rochelle. I'm 24. I like walks on the beach, and I'm studying to be a biochemist.
Yeah, I was mad at
Big ass.
Oh, yes.
But they were little. They were little, but you knew she had a big ass.
With a yellow bathing suit.
Yeah. Neon green.
It was always.
Pre-surgery days.
Shout
too.
out to
Oh.
the ACs.
Appreciate
Hello,
it.
Beige Benoit. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you guys
Happy
as
New
well.
Year to you, buddy.
Salutations.
It is good to
Salutations.
see you.
So, all right, clarify this whole situation.
So, sources are saying, blah, 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 Dave Meltzer, blah, blah, blah. He is saying that TNT and TBS are big suitors for AEW. Tony Khan is very close to a lot of channels and a lot of TV execs and whatnot because of his dealings with True Media, with his dealings with both with the Jacksonville Jaguars and also with Fulham FC, the soccer team out in the Premier League. And it's looking as if TNT, TBS are the possible suitors to be doing a weekly show on Tuesdays, which is pretty much going to be an open slot come October 2019 because Fox is going to be taking over SmackDown and they want it to be on Fridays.
What?
So there is an opening there.
Where Ronda Rousey would be heavily featured because they want Ronda Rousey for that. But,
so they want an opening to be filled by Ronda Rousey. I'm just going to let that hang in the air. Shout out to Shayna Baszler. As I literally sip my tea.
I'm surprised you didn't say Sonya.
Oh, shout out to Sonya Deville.
Yeah, we'll get to her. We'll get to Mandy.
And lesbians everywhere. So, goodness. Sonny, it's 2019. I can't do this, Sonny. I can't do this.
I know, we gotta get it out of here. So he has to take the
moving this along, any competition is good because it will force Vince to do better.
I mean, that always is the case.
That's the hope. Not the case. That's
it's the hope. But you know what? It's actually more than a hope because I'm going to be real. WWE is never going to go under in my eyes because of the fact that their infrastructure is so steady that they will always have a solid base for the stuff that they do. And I see them actually transitioning to possibly being more PG where...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Where AEW is actually going to be a little bit more risque because they're targeting, the more adult wrestling fan.
That's pretty true there as well. That's a good point because Stephanie McMahon has referenced WWE as being a Disney-like company.
Hence the fact that they've also been, flirting with the whole idea of Disney buying them because the representation of WME, which is a talent agency and marketing agency that represents WWE, has floated that out there that Disney is willing to buy WWE.
I want to move this along, but I will say this. Do not be so sure that WWE will never go under because everything changes in the entertainment world. Everything. So there may come a day where it's just not in vogue to be with WWE anymore. Look, there used to be a territory system, and everyone thought this is how it's going to be forever. And what happened? It was Vince who changed that. So who knows? In 20 years, Cody Rhodes could do something, and then the WWE would just fall out of favor.
I can see that, but the thing is that the business model of WWE that no one ever really looks at is so strong. That's why they were able to withstand all the stuff that WCW had going on. Because WCW was a television company doing wrestling shows where they were a promotional company doing wrestling shows. And they had that offline business set as far as, their shows, the arena business. They were more fleshed out as a company than other companies that takes them so much longer to get there.
So you have casual wrestling fans, and then you have your cult-like wrestling fans, where this is their life, and no matter what, they're not gonna miss it. And yes, we used to have 13 million viewers for Raw, and now we only have 3 million. That's still 3 million people watching this. This is not pennies and chump change. This is people investing in merch and making sure that they watch every single pay-per-view, and no matter what, even your casuals are always gonna be there for WrestleMania, and they're always gonna wanna watch your Royal Rumbles. Like the Royal Rumble viewing party that we're having at Jack Dempsey's on January 27th. Wow.
That was a great cheap plug.
But you're always going to have those people. We're always going to have that family. There's always going to be that bond when it comes to WWE. And if anything, they'll always hold on to nostalgia to make sure that they'll keep the older audience as well as the younger audience.
To go on a real quick side note on that, I know that the ratings have gone down for wrestling, for WWE, but you have to look at the interaction that they're having with people on a grander scale, because there may not be people watching it live on Monday nights and Tuesday nights, but you have a lot of people watching it on Hulu, like I did when I watched SmackDown.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not arguing. I'm saying we still have a lot of people watching. But I think we're arguing with Teddy together.
But I think the amount of people that watch it, the amount of people watching it is still higher than what it perceives to be.
Yeah.
I just say things in this business change. There was a time when there were 19 different soap operas on at one time. Now there are 4. Things die off, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Things change.
But they never progressed. Those soap operas never progressed with time.
I love Passions, okay? And Days of Our Lives.
Guiding
Watch 'em
Light
out.
was on the air for 54 years, and everyone thought, oh, Guiding Light's going to live forever. And now it died off.
Yeah, but-
things change. Vince McMahon will not live forever.
No, but here's a perfect example. Had those shows started taking their content to where everybody's going to, off online media.
They did.
Yeah, but they weren't doing it enough to they weren't doing it at the when they were at to the level that WWE's doing it on their level, on their side. I mean,
The problem with soap operas is that housewives got jobs. And we're working now. We can't watch soap operas in the middle of the day. That's what happened.
Things change.
We're working.
Business changed. That's my point. Businesses change.
I kind of side with Teddy with this. Like, WWE has to recognize that their audience is a bit curving older than what they're usually trying to program for. You're programming for children, but your average age is you're really getting the 35 to 45 market. You need to market that.
Nothing
you need
lasts
to,
forever.
Yeah, you need
is
to
what I'm
create
saying.
content for them. And if you're not, then AEW will take over that field. And I mean, just like back in the 90s, WCW almost killed WWF. And it wasn't until WWF.
they didn't almost kill them.
83 weeks, they were the king of the mountain.
They were.
Yeah,
And
but I mean,
it wasn't
it wasn't that big
changed.
of a difference though.
They were receiving some of their lowest ratings. They were receiving some of their lowest attendance records with Diesel as your champion. Like, these are things.
But that's exactly why.
But I'm
Because
saying-
Diesel was your
But
champion.
I'm saying these are the things that are happening now, and it's kind of
You
repeating
never
itself.
know.
These are the lowest
You never
ratings
know.
WWE Raw has
20
ever
years,
received,
this
and it's
business
20
will-
years. It's some of the lowest attendance records that they've ever been receiving. I mean, you look at the camera; they don't even show half the audience because
Oh,
it's
don't
not
get
there.
me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying-
AEW sees the hole and they see the opportunity.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that WWE will always be number one and always be the top dog. I don't believe that. I definitely see them getting knocked off their pedestal at some point. I just don't see the company going away.
They're too big
ever.
to, you're saying they're too big to fail.
Yeah, they're too big to fail. Like, I see them at some point. I see them.
What was it, 1984? What was the computer company? Commodore? When was the last time you saw a Commodore?
Yeah.
Tara.
On Halloween.
Yeah.
My dad dressed up as a Commodore.
All I'm saying. Oh,
My dad.
shout out to being
God.
old. Well, okay. Let's agree to disagree because Sonny's wrong. Can we get to Monday Night Raw?
Well, before we get to Monday Night Raw, let me just
You will not let happy in 28 minutes. I have been trying to drag us along. We are at 30
We're
minutes.
do all the fucking news that we missed in 2 weeks because can you fucking imagine?
Right before we start with
I'm not doing this.
with Monday Night Raw, I just want to say this Saturday we're doing a viewing party for NXT UK. It is an opportunity to go day drinking. And
hello.
It starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, January 12th at Jack Dempsey's bar.
I feel like I have something to do on Saturday.
Yeah, you need to be here. So we're gonna,
okay.
yeah, so we're gonna be here watching some wrestling straight out of the UK, and make sure you join us.
I'm just
Now-
waiting for, if I do show up, it will be just for Ripley. I just want to put this on the table. I love her.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I would not want to rip her pants.
It's fine as long as you show up.
Okay.
Because I will
heard.
not be, so you have
Oh, you want to be in Newark?
You're not gonna be here for your UK people.
I need to be alone.
You can't say you people.
UK people.
UK
He
people.
said-
But funny, that's what you heard.
Yeah.
So, shall we talk about what's on everyone's mind?
Rah.
John Cena's ball spot. Now, why is he dressed like a 45-year-old skater? He was giving me Tony Hawk, like the old man who still thinks he's young.
Shout out to Kervin.
Oh, no.
I
Tara.
love you, Kervin. I'm sorry. Happy New Year. I hope you're good.
She's starting the new year off with shade.
Damn.
Oh my God, he's gonna drag me on the message boards.
Well,
I'm
yes.
scared. I'm very
Got it
scared.
coming.
Yeah. It's fine. It's
Shout
fine.
out to Pele Pele. Now listen, if John Cena is now an official entrant into the Royal Rumble, and R-Truth is the third 30th person in this Rumble, I'm going to make a prediction. This Rumble's going to suck. Tara?
So I wasn't supposed to, but like I was kind of taking a nap at work today, and I had a dream.
Shout out to Slackers.
I had a dream that R-Truth gets.
I had a dream too. I had a dream.
Oh, R. Kelly, we're not doing this, Sonny. We're not
30
doing
minutes.
it.
Give me $1. Give me $1. You set him up for that one, though.
We're not doing
It was
this.
after 30 minutes. Thank you. That goes to the tip for Geraldine and Martin.
So we basically bet $1 of when you're going to say R. Kelly.
Taking bets on me.
Yes.
Not the good old
Actually,
days.
no, wait, hold on. No, give me that $1 back. You owe me $1.
Oh, I said before 30.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, give me that $1.
She said 30.
How about if I like put it in half?
No.
If I had a nickel,
You set this up on purpose.
exactly.
No, that's my $1.
No, that's my $1. Give me my $1
you
back.
cannot trust Puerto Ricans. You can't. I once saw 1,000 Puerto Ricans in Newark. You can't. I was
you
in
just got
Newark
your
the other day.
$1. The fuck? He said, "Give me my $1." That's what he said. He said, "Give me $1." He said, "Give me my $1." So, R-Truth gets lost to the Royal Rumble. Doesn't make it for his 30th entry, and
John Cena's back. He's wearing neon green.
Yeah.
Then he's in a 6-man tag with Finn Balor and
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, and it was just like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe it's about time that John Cena starts thinking about hanging up the I would like to say boots, but he never wore boots.
Headbands.
Hanging up the
Jumpmans.
the jorts. Yeah.
Team Jordans.
It's am I the only one who feels that maybe, just maybe, it's we're closing in?
Yeah, we're at the very least, we're definitely going in for like a much shorter haircut.
Oh,
But I mean, like, they still had, like, what, like 5 years ago? Ric Flair was still wrestling.
Yeah.
His old ass. Like, so.
Yeah, that's a different breed of wrestler.
Undertaker is still wrestling.
I don't know. It's just.
And I know it's because we love them. We love Undertaker. We love Ric Flair. Like, these are people that we love and admire. But there are little kids out there who see John Cena the way we see Undertaker. And I know that sounds fucking crazy to hear, but, you know, John Cena's there like Undertaker for some of these kids.
Vince McMahon calls him the greatest of all times, which
I think I agree with it.
I would probably give that to
The greatest of the modern time.
Vince McMahon says greatest of all time, which I don't think.
He probably calls them all greatest of all time at one point or another.
But yeah, but I just think it may be time. The 6-man tag was decent.
Wait, but you know what? How weird was it that we started off with, you know, the picture of Mean Gene, and then we just went straight into like a brawl?
He would have loved that.
And here's my thing about a brawl. Why is it that there are 50 people out there, but somehow the people still get at each other? Like, what the fuck are you all doing out there if you can't keep them apart?
It's because they're so relentless.
Like, Seth Rollins was jumping off the stage. It's like there was like 60 dudes out there.
Can we also talk about the camera work and how terrible it was?
Wow.
And you can tell like the camera guy was like purposely zooming in and out for every punch.
It's
I feel like World Star.
I got vertigo.
Oh,
I'm
shout
old.
out to Wallstar.
I can't do these camera angles. A bitch is old. I was like, yo, I'm dizzy. Please stop. And he was like shaking it on purpose. No,
Oh
you
my
shake it
God.
twice. You're playing with it.
Can I take a
Hey.
side? You guys remember?
You shake it more than twice. You're playing with it.
No, I heard twice. That's the number I heard. Shake it once, it's fine. Shake it twice. You're playing with yourself?
No, if you shake it once and that's it,
I'm learning so many
you're
things.
just dirty.
Oh, you gotta shake it twice.
You gotta shake it twice. If it's more than twice, then you're just playing with
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Every person with a seizure out there, I apologize for you listening to this because I did not sign on for that.
Big cats were thinking about you. Hope you're
Speaking
good.
of things,
Those are the thoughts of
the fastest claimer of the new year.
Oh yeah, thank you. Actually,
Sarah.
one, thank you, but two, no, we actually do care. We worry about him, and we would like to know that he's okay.
Bring that comment up.
He just, whatever. I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Big Cass is fine. Enzo is fine. Carmella is Carmella. Speaking
fine.
of things I'd rather not talk about, Hulk Hogan showed up on Raw. Full boa and all.
And glued on extensions. I'm so excited.
This was the lowest pop I have ever seen for Hulkamania in my 76 years on this earth. That was the quietest I've ever seen a crowd. It was.
I heard boos.
I heard boos. I heard some boos.
It was almost no pop until he went into the Mean Gene thing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
crowd was not. Hulkamania's dying.
It's dead.
Oh, you know what?
Dying.
And and it was in Florida, which is pretty much his backyard.
His back door. And I'm not talking about Brooke Hogan. I mean, it's his actual back door.
What did I do?
Oh, come on.
Teddy, and they do not represent the thoughts or opinions of Yep, I Like Wrestling.
I was praising her.
By the way,
Bernie
I am
shirt?
showing you guys a shirt that I purchased before
Yes, I
Hogan
remember.
turned to be Hogan.
You were very excited about this
And
purchase.
this is a shirt of Hogan as a zombie.
And you in yellow.
And it's,
a lot of yellow.
it's appropriate that it's a zombie.
Yeah,
He is
saw it
dead.
come out.
He is the Walking Dead
So
right
he
now.
packed that shirt for that. Like,
Yeah.
mic drop. We're not being recorded. He dead wanted just us to see this shirt. We're gonna take a picture of it for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
He just that's the picture of this podcast. Just that shirt.
Yeah, it will definitely be on the new image.
It was not until he went into the tribute to Mean Gene after the video package rolled that he started actually talking to Mean Gene, that the crowd started getting worked up.
Well, it was. I think what was a definite change in speed, change in tempo was the fact that he spoke in his normal voice. When he spoke in his normal voice, it threw everybody off. Because I remember watching, I said, "Oh wow, he's actually going to be himself."
Yeah.
And then it made me remember. Oh yeah, I also remember him being himself in another way. But
Oh, shout out.
I mean, to play devil's advocate, there was a nice part of nostalgia there to hear him
Yes.
speaking to him. Although some of the things that he said, I do not agree with.
Neither do I. I don't ever recall Mean Gene booking a match, ever.
And
Yeah.
I don't ever recall
That was
him
like-
being like, I'm going to choose between Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah. Like,
Yeah.
the shit like that was not necessary.
Well, he
You were
said-
doing fine without that.
And what he said was, you only have to, Moolah and Mae Young to choose from. Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry and Elizabeth are in heaven too?
You
Because
fucking
those
cunt.
are... You could have said, I know you're having a hard time choosing between Sherry and Elizabeth, brother, but, no, he went with Mae Young and
Fucking
Moolah.
Moolah and Mae Young.
yeah,
And, like, to even say Moolah's name, the whole crowd was like,
It was an awkward
you made it
piece of
weird.
business.
You
Yes.
fucking made it. We were there, you lost us.
That just gave us the synergy of racism. That's all.
well, actually, you know what? Now I need to go off on a quick tangent right now.
Oh, you almost never do that.
Yeah. To everyone in the Yep, I Like Wrestling group,
Yes.
I have a major issue with many people.
Yes.
I've had to ban people.
Yes.
I've had to suspend some people.
Oh.
And I've muted some others. First and foremost,
Shout out to all the deaf mutes out there. But what?
First and foremost, Hogan had saying the N-word.
Say it, Sonny. You know you want to. Say it.
No,
Say it, Sonny.
that's a trap. Don't do it.
New Orleans.
We white.
New
We white. No
Orleans.
matter what they tell us,
Go
we
ahead,
white,
Sonny.
bro.
I dare you, because I got my lawyer on speed dial. I dare you to say it.
Remember when you said knickers?
Go ahead, Sonny. I'm ready.
Don't do it.
I'm ready.
Anyway,
Naggers.
I'm ready, Sonny, because I'm not doing this with you in 2019.
who's gonna annoy you? No, it was naggers, sir.
Okay, wait. I'm ready. I'm back.
All right, so
Look at my phone.
2019, I'm not doing this with you, Sonny. I got my lawyer.
You can't say knickers.
Nope.
Those are shorts, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And don't say cigarettes.
Well, I don't care about the gays, but if Sonny even thinks about talking about black people this year, I'm ready.
This is the year, though.
I think-
All the other years was fine.
if there's anybody that can, I think it's me.
I got my iPhone 2. I'm ready. Go ahead, Sonny. I dare you. I dare you.
Oh my god.
So anyway,
thoughts and opinions of Sonny.
all kidding aside, when Hogan said, the N-word, it was not done at a radio station. When he was talking about, when I'm with my boys, I say, oh yeah, my niggas, all this. No, that wasn't it, bro. No, that's not when it was said. It was when he was in a moment with a woman that he thought that he was not being recorded, and he basically, it wasn't even the word that was worse. It was actually the whole context of it. They said, I would rather my daughter be with a wealthy black man than, and he didn't say black man,
Yes.
and then some dude from the street or hood or whatever. The fact that he said that was horrible. The fact that it was Hogan who preached being such a good guy for so long made it even worse. And what makes all this shit, you know what? People can fuck up and be forgiven. Shout out to Kevin Hart if, depending on who you are, how you feel about him. But Hogan had handled that whole situation like a bungling fool. And I was a super Hogan mark. Like, when I first met him, I was like, I got a little emotional because he reminded me of my dad. And I've said that on multiple occasions. But when...
Gold and white.
This... my dad was far from white. But it's definitely a thing where he never apologized, never owned up to the shit that he did. And in numerous testimonials by different people, he seemed to be just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry I got recorded in that situation. Not, I'm sorry I fucked up. Wow. And that's why he's still getting shit.
Yeah.
Now that I've gotten that out the way, I just want to clarify that because there's a lot of idiots that, yes, I'm calling you an idiot. And
those are the thoughts and opinions of Sonny. Please don't be in my DMs. Thank you.
So going, from that.
Yeah.
Racism is a touchy subject right now, but I saw a very good piece of business on Raw. This is what happened. It was Apollo Crews, Amber Moon taking on Jinder Mahal, Alicia Fox with the Singh brothers on the outside. Everyone in that match was brown. So fuck you, racism. That's where we are.
But they waited like 3 matches
But it
after Hulk Hogan.
It happened though.
I know, but they put all the Browns together.
And
that's my problem.
I actually went to bed during that match because I knew someone brown was going to win. So I was happy. That's what you call a win-win situation. I went to bed.
Oh, there was no person brown.
We had Sasha and Nia after, and they're pretty.
See, I was already asleep, so I knew someone in that match was going to win.
We also had Bobby Lashley.
See? So, look, times have changed.
Almighty. Bobby Lashley.
And that's that. But right after Hulk Hogan, you had freaking Bobby Roode and Chad Gable and the Revival.
Well, we could skip over that,
yeah.
can't we?
And then you had Baron Corbin and Elias. Baron Corbin still in his damn GM outfit. So it was just like, well, here's Hulk Hogan, and then we're going to hand you 2 more piles of shit. Yes. And then...
Wait. Elias is not a pile of shit.
We're not getting that. Here's my...
If you're going to get Baron Corbin again as the GM against Elias, why am I here?
No, move to Braun Strowman, because I've got a great story about sucking dick. Move to Braun Strowman.
Okay, cool. So then...
I'm doing this, Sonny. I'm doing this, Sonny. I'm doing it.
Sonny's not even here anymore.
Lead me and Tara.
We don't get paid. We do what we want.
Lead me and Tara.
We got, right after you had to deal with fucking hot pile of mess, Baron Corbin and Elias, you got Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. They just met. That was it. We met side by side.
That was a shit show.
And here's what happened, right?
What happened?
I was in the Yep page, right? And some dude who shall remain nameless said, yo, did Corey Grave just say Braun Strowman wanted to deep throat Brock Lesnar? And the page lost that fucking mind. No, sir, who's probably listening to this podcast, what Corey Grave said he wanted to dethrone Brock Lesnar. But it's funny that's what you heard, is all I'm saying, sir. But he defended his point. After people said, no, he said dethrone, that young man defended it for 35 more comments. No, bro, he said dethrone. No, I'm not with that gay shit. He said dethrone. And he kept going, and it was the funniest piece of business I've read in months. So shout out to you, sir. It's like my father always told me, when you get caught cheating, just keep lying. You're already in it, just keep lying. When your wife catches you, just keep lying. Just keep lying. That was my favorite part of Raw. The Yep, I Like Wrestling page. Yes.
By the way, can we talk about how much of a shit show Braun Strowman was?
He was ripping off a shirt, and then the shirt under was the exact same shirt he ripped. I said, oh, okay, that happened.
He was like reciting the lines in his head before actually saying it on the mic, and you could see him doing it. It was so bad.
You know what? I read in an article online that they were like, he actually forgot his lines.
No, apparently they gave like bullet points.
Yeah, so apparently this episode of Raw they did bullet points.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of full. Well, usually they do full scripts now.
Like this is everything you have to say.
This is the first time they've actually just done bullet points for everyone this week.
Oh,
that's why Lil Rush always has an earpiece in because he can't be trusted.
Yeah.
So they give him his whole script in his ear.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Vince is like talking in everyone's ears most of the time. Or they're having full.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Creating the entire script for the show.
Vince also wants to deep throat everyone. It's crazy.
Oh! Shout out to Demon and Cinch.
I said dethrone.
I'm a deep throat Mandy Rose, goddammit.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Speaking of sucking dick, here's the thing about Alexa Bliss, right? I'm going somewhere. Let me do it, Sonny. I'm going somewhere. She was all like, "Oh, I'm the first woman to ever have my own talk segment."
Right.
No, sweetheart. That would be Missy Hyatt, who was the first woman to have her own segment. See how I did sucking dick? Missy Hyatt got in trouble for doing that. So it all wrapped up, Sonny.
That's why she doesn't count anymore. WWE's like, can't see her. She's never happened.
So Alexa Bliss was not the first woman to have her own segment. Missy Hyatt. And for those of you who are 7 years old listening to this, go Google Missy Hyatt if you don't know who I'm talking about.
Bitch.
Yes. Wow. Well, that got dark.
Yeah, Jesus.
Speaking of R-Truth, here's my thing about that.
Okay, I'm on.
Wait,
You don't even need us. We don't even need us for this because
True. Wait, we're not going to SmackDown yet.
we're still at Sasha Banks.
But if you want to say Bobby Lashley, I'll allow it.
And here's what he does to Leo Rush. I'm convinced.
So then, Sasha Banks and Nia Jax, because Ronda had a thing with Moment of Bliss, and then Nia Jax was like, ho, 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 I'm a bully.
Okay,
Like,
quick
And
question.
Ronda Rousey wants Sasha Banks.
No one wants
Yeah.
Sasha Banks. No one wants
Ronda
Sasha Banks.
does, her
Except for
husband
Snoop
does.
Dogg. What
That's-
two cousins do to each
wait,
other is their own
cousin.
business. Here's the
They're
thing.
family.
Yes, stop that.
And shout out to Arkansas.
Shout out to London.
No, it does not happen a lot in London. Now, okay.
Inbred.
Your teeth are wood.
So here's the thing. Nia Jax is legit 300 pounds.
Yes,
that
she said it.
Okay, and she said it repeatedly.
said it.
302.
She said 302.5, puppy.
Saying it, I'm like, wow, she's legit 300. Now I'm gonna stop joking all of a sudden. I didn't realize she was that.
No. She could be. She could. Listen, the bitch is close. So I'm just saying.
I know I made fun of her, but I didn't know she was legit 3
Right.
pounds.
When she said that, I heard you in my voice, and I heard you in my head saying 302 live.
305 live.
I was like, I know I'm taking a few shots at her, but when she kept saying it, I was like, wow, she's legit 3 bills. Do you know what that is?
We did the
That's a
math.
whole JBL.
Because Beige looked at me and was like, there's no way in hell. I was like, no, that bitch is probably 300 pounds. Titties weigh a lot.
She is Big John Studd. Do you
Yeah.
realize she's a Big John
The
Studd?
titties ain't that big though. The
Yeah,
titties
they
ain't
ain't
that
that
big
big,
though.
Dense.
She got Biggie Smalls maybe because she got like a big stomach.
No. You're saying it right. She got a peepa.
Oh no.
She got a peepa and a
And
fupa.
she got mulos.
Yeah, she's a thicker girl. Like
I feel like you all are making up words in front of me.
she
but yeah,
can
but
easily
for her
be
to
300.
say it,
She
though-
might be more.
For her to say it means like, you know what, she's comfortable with being a big girl. She's still pretty, so I don't think
She's
anything.
in fucking latex. Of course she's comfortable.
They stuff her in saran wrap. I mean,
She's comfortable. She really comfortable. She didn't come out here and Josh in his jorts. She's comfortable.
Shout out to George.
Yeah.
That was a good summer of '92. But yeah, I mean, I'm just very I'm proud of her for embracing, being a big girl. I was not proud of her
Same.
botching the Hurricane Rana with Sasha Banks on the apron.
That almost killed Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks is dead. DED.
Mind you, DED.
Dead.
That's Bronx education for you.
Shout out to Gun Hill Road. Fuck you. This exact same thing.
Come back.
This exact same thing happened to a WWE diva named Candice Michelle. That exact same spot, except Candice broke her collarbone. And that's a funny video because Stephanie McMahon tries to kill her. I want you all to go watch the video. Candice botches a spot. She breaks her collarbone legit. They're ushering her out on a stretcher. She tells Stephanie, "May I have water?" Stephanie takes the whole shit and pours it. And then you hear Candice go, "You gonna kill Candice on camera? Like, what the fuck? You already killed China, now you gotta kill Candice."
Those are the thoughts and opinions of Teddy, and they do not represent
I'm
the
giving
thoughts
them history,
or
Sonny.
opinions of I like wrestling.
Okay, fine. Sasha Banks fucked up the Hurricane Rana.
Stephanie didn't kill China. Drugs did.
Oh. True.
He meant trips. But
Yo, those are the thoughts and opinions of Tara and Paige
I
Benoit.
thought he was going straight for trips. So I would.
Sonny, you're
She took a
naive.
trip to
I'm
death.
worried about you. But in any event,
You know, I was in Florida when I heard about that shit, and I was just like, "Yo, damn, we just lost Prince."
Yeah, she didn't get no attention because of Prince. It was sad. Good times.
Good times, really.
It was interesting times. It was the saddest of times. It was the darkest of times. Haikus.
let's wrap it
Talk
up.
about
I I do love a good haiku.
Let's talk about Bobby Lashley.
Why are we talking about Bobby Lashley? We haven't been in this.
talking about Bobby
Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose rolled around for 20 minutes. I lost interest. Like, I've seen this.
Actually, that was a good match, yo.
But they've done it
You
before.
like that? You like them rolling around together?
No, that was a good match.
They've done it before. Show me something new. Show me something new. That's all I ask.
It's a new era, right?
No, but I feel like that was the finale of their feud.
Listen, they were like, guys, we're gonna give you guys something new and interesting. Falls count anywhere, huh?
No, but it was a good match though. But they ended it with, now we have a brand new feud. Now we have Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins.
It's horrible. I'm not invested in that feud.
Bobby Lashley's intensity with...
If he keeps bending over and showing me his ass, it makes no sense.
I'm not talking about that.
Okay, but that takes away from it.
Minus that, he's actually been pretty decent on TV.
No.
He's gotten better, I will give you that.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Better. But that's mainly, because of Leo Rush. But he's gotten better. I wouldn't say he's good yet.
No, he was...
Does Leo Rush give him a push?
Repeatedly.
So Leo Rush has
bottomed. Sonny, I don't know. We're at 2 hours, Sonny. Move it along. I'm trying to help you out here, Sonny.
Leo Rush has been great for Bobby Lashley, but
Yes.
Bobby Lashley has finally started using facial expressions and has raised his intensity to be a better in-ring performer over the past.
And then he has a face. He uses facial. Yo, these are our standards right now. The bar is at the floor.
So low.
He uses
It's
facial
so
expressions.
low. Shout out to Bobby Lashley
when
for
you're in the
being
ring,
a performer.
All Elite has Cody the Young Bucks,
And Bobby
Hawk,
has facial
aka
expressions.
Neville, Chris Jericho, and possibly Kenny Omega. WWE's got facial expressions.
And finally,
Actually, he can make a face.
Come on.
it only took him all year. Congratulations, Bobby.
We got the longest ears in the nation. We got Neville, but we don't got. But y'all got facial expressions.
Bobby raised his eyebrows. I'm proud of him.
It only took him an
Really
entire
proud of
10
him.
years in TNA to know how to make a face.
God.
So, shall we?
These are our standards.
We're dragging along here. Can we move to
Smaller
SmackDown?
standards are low. We go to
Always.
SmackDown.
Shout out to my ex-boyfriend. Can we move along to SmackDown? Oh, they were really low that year. Anyway.
So
Speaking of low standards, Daniel Bryan started the show. He sounded like a homeless man in Newark Penn Station. He was just shouting. He looked disheveled. I couldn't take it. Fickle.
I got a question.
I am disheveled.
Yes, Sonny,
That
I
is the
did.
answer. I am very disheveled.
Here's my question. If the four of us were hanging out in that area at the arena, and Daniel Bryan would have came up to us and thrown food at us or thrown a drink at us, which one of us was going to jail first?
Me.
Tara.
Beep. Buzz.
She
Me.
carries a butter knife in her back pocket at all times, of
Buzz,
course.
me,
Yes, Tara.
Always bet on the Puerto Rican.
Well, who is time for 500? I'm just.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be me and Teddy because we probably get shot by the cops before it.
Yes. First of all, I'm not walking around any arena. First off, I like to sit and watch and yell at children when I'm at arenas.
we know
Tara. Yeah, Tara's the one going to jail. You don't throw food at Tara. Don't throw drinks at her.
I might be hungry, bitch, but mind your business.
Yes, I don't. This angry hippie gimmick. I
I
will
was
say
an angry hippo, and we were gonna fight. Like
No.
Angry hippo,
No. I'm not talking about Amber Moon.
Got it.
No,
That's
I
not
mean
what I heard.
the angry hippie gimmick.
Doesn't get your panties wet.
It doesn't.
No.
I'm over it already.
But he's doing the best he can.
But I don't think
Danny
he's
panties.
actually like doing much.
Oh, if you saw the promo at the end of the episode, I thought he did a really good promo.
Because he's promoting Total Bellas.
Yes. And you know how they say if you marry to someone long enough, you begin to look like them? A lot of times I said, oh, Bree's back, but it was Daniel. It was Daniel, and I may need new glasses.
Sonny, you're rude. I'm rude. 2019. Is this your year of no?
Fine. Okay, getting off of Brie, which most do, can we talk about Zelina Vega?
Yeah.
Useless.
yeah. Yes,
Useless. Useless for
No.
800? Useless for
No.
800? Useless.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, how the tides have turned.
No.
Shout out to racism.
Great for her.
She does nothing.
Who is Salami?
She does no.
Whoa, chill, brother.
No.
Chill.
WWE main roster just haven't utilized her yet, but we all saw in NXT she's very
You
capable.
lost me as soon as you said NXT. So.
Yeah, if it wasn't a Ricochet episode, he didn't watch.
It was a 5-star match with Johnny Gargano during the NXT
Lost.
takeover back in January of 2018.
Lost me.
Definitely wasn't watching. He wasn't watching.
Lost me.
He wasn't watching.
Yo,
Like
Zelina
Conda.
Vega is good. She's good. Don't worry about it.
She got
Don't worry about
this.
it.
She got this. She got this. Tranquilo.
Yeah, exactly.
Tranquilo.
Calmate.
Sonny, when you speak French, I don't know what to do. Andrade and Samoa Joe took on Rey Mysterio and Mustafa Ali. Half of that match was good, the other half was bad, and by bad I mean Samoa Joe.
I disagree. As I normally
because
do with you.
you never do that, Sonny.
I enjoy the Booyaka.
That match was amazing, but there was a lot of little botches in that match though.
Yes.
It was a good match.
Her
though.
name is
great
Zelina
match.
Vega.
Can we talk about that amazing Canadian destroyer with Rey Mysterio and
Oh,
Cien
that
Almas?
athleticism.
That was
is-
amazing.
Again, Andrade is good without Zelina Vega. I just don't think
And
he
she's
needs
good
her.
without him.
So she should go. She should go to TNA and hold her path.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is this.
As a corny NXT historian, I would like to say that they did try Andrade Cien Almas without a manager. He wasn't great on the mic,
He's
and
not
that's
great
the
at all
reason
on
why
the
they
mic.
gave Zelina Vega.
But she's
the
not good
position,
on the mic.
But she's
She
actually
is actually really good.
She sounds like every Puerto
she's
Rican.
very capable.
Rude.
What did I say? What did I say? I'm just saying.
Sometimes Puerto Ricans help us make money. I mean,
A
it
lot.
helps.
Let me help us.
Latinos help a lot for the
do.
community, and they do a
Listen,
lot for
man.
entertainment. Look at Cardi B. What do you want me to say?
25.
Yeah, stand up.
Yeah, it's true. It's happening.
Yo, you know what? I think you need to handle that
I gotta-
with Beige Benoit.
I gotta fucking wrangle this in. I don't know what you mean. Who's Latina? You need Latinas to make money? Am I on the fucking corner?
I hope so.
You did say you were gonna be on the corner like Brock Lesnar if he was your valet.
The Riggs corner. Fucking. You know.
Like 25
My dad
Puerto
can't
Rican
listen to
people have
this.
moved into my neighborhood. Like 25. Yes, they all got out the same car, but I was worried. Altogether, I was
We're all in
worried.
the same house.
I was worried. But in any event,
not Mexican.
fine. We will agree to disagree
Shout
about
out to
Zelina
Ale.
Vega. I just hope they held her
wait,
position at Jimmy John's.
Can I just say, Zelina Vega looked extremely nice that day.
Yeah, I bet she did, Sonny.
Oh wait,
I bet
body
she
looking
did.
like milk. I'll give it to you. She look good.
Goodness.
She look good. She look
Oh,
good.
yeah,
She look good.
she look
She look good.
Speaking of being drunk, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura battled over who domestically violated Lana.
Lana's another underutilized. They should be like.
No,
letting
Lana's
her.
doing exactly what she needs
No,
to do.
they need to let her
Less.
wrestle somewhere else where nobody's looking. Let her wrestle house
Not
shows and get
everybody
better.
needs to wrestle. Some people need to be eye candy. And that she's doing exactly what she should. Rusev's
But she
corner.
really wants to. If you watch Total Divas, she wants to.
I know she
wrestle
wants
so
to,
bad.
but I want my own podcast. Some things don't work out. Listen,
Listen, let's
Lana,
buy a microphone. I don't know what to tell you.
we were talking about Sonny being wrong.
We can't
Lana.
just use Sonny for his microphones and microphones alone. They haven't heard him in 20 minutes. It's just me.
And no one has complained.
You know what? You're right. Yeah. We got all the thumbs up just right now. It was great.
Lana is doing what she does. She's a great manager, not the best of wrestlers. Rusev as the champion, great. He's a stud. He looks good. Shinsuke is. I'm a bit on the fence.
He a
Shout out
freak.
to somebody who used to say that a long time ago.
Shinsuke a freak.
You
could say.
I don't know about him.
He a freak.
I know Rusev can deliver in this, but Shinsuke, I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Rusev's promo started off really good, and then it kind of got really whack.
They get tacky. There's something
Yeah.
about Lana and Rusev. They get
No, but his
kind of
promo just
weird.
kinda got,
Yeah.
like-
both of them.
He's a
There's
brute.
something.
He should talk less. But mind you, do you remember when he first came? He was Alexander Rusev.
I
Do you
don't remember when
that?
he first came. Did you first? Do you remember when he first came?
I always remember when he
Can we please?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not hearing
His
now.
name used to be Alexander Rusev, and if you look at him then and look at him now, it's almost two different people. Like, when he first got there, he was all rough around the edges. Now, I think he could be a great champion if we give him a great adversary. Like, just...
I mean, well, that's why they're giving him Nakamura.
It's not Nakamura.
It's not Nakamura.
It's not Nakamura.
No.
There's someone on SmackDown who can do it, but it's not Nakamura.
Who would you put if you had a chance to fantasy book? Who would you put?
I hate to say this, but I don't know. I hate to say this, but Randy Orton could use this kind of rejuvenation.
Yeah.
I hate to say this because I'm ready for Randy to be phased out, but I think
But he's still so young. But he's just been around for so long.
stale.
Yeah.
But him and Rusev, I think, and especially if you then threw Lana in the mix, because Randy has been known to go after women's,
His wife would not take that. That bitch crazy. She'd be like, what storyline? Who suck my dick? That's not happening. That would not be a thing.
If you want to see a cool video, as a video of him kissing Stacy Keibler, and then he hits it with the RKO. Like,
that's a great video.
Yes, it's a really good
So
video. Yeah.
maybe Randy, as much as I hate that, but maybe Randy and Rusev could put on some pretty music. I don't know. We'll see. The Bar took on the Usos. I have nothing to say bad about these tag teams. They are out there. They're like tap dancing out
Nothing
there.
bad to say about the Usos ever. Are you're a fan of the penitentiary? I'm great. You're great. I'm great.
The Bar, always on point. The Usos, always on point. It's
Bar
like
helps you do
they
your
almost
blackout.
can't mess up at this point.
by the way,
New Day always on point as well.
It's like these tag teams are out there dancing for their money, and then we've got, people like Mandy Rose out there fucking up the camera shot. Like,
it's not fucking up the camera.
It's a weird towel too. That's a large towel for such a little person. Yeah, it's weird. She's more naked in her ring gear, which is my thing. Like,
That
if she
whole
left in
segment
his
was
room,
stupid.
apparently.
That whole
I
segment
hate
was
what they're
stupid.
doing.
Hey, hold up.
I hate it.
I'm probably the only person who likes it because it reminds me of like old Attitude Era stuff that they would do.
yeah.
So it's like
They would've done it
it's like
better.
but it's like a storyline outside of the realm of I want to win this championship. Oh, you betrayed me. Like it's something a little different, like off the edge, and I don't mind that. It's like give me something a little
they've used that
different once in a
before,
while.
but Mandy didn't execute it well. It was so boring when she did it.
It's not her.
You're just
It's,
hating on-
no, it's not Mandy. It's we're rated PG, so you can't go as hard as you want to.
exactly.
So you're trying to do this like rated R like scenario,
Trying to be risque without the,
and you can't.
the ability to be
Because you don't want to like lead on to the kids too much. So they're like trying to do it for the adults, but they're barely doing it. So that's why it's weird.
Because we all know if it was back in '98, she probably would have been talking about that behind one of those like little like Asian room dividers
Easy,
or whatever
buddy.
with the
Why they gotta be
lighting.
Asian, though?
It's just a room divider.
It's a room,
buddy.
the room divider. I'm sorry, dude.
Wow.
The screen.
The screen divider.
Shout out
whatever.
to Carrie
Would have
Z.
taken off the towel. You would have seen her silhouette. Like all those little things.
Yeah, she would have been like taking things off, and you know.
I just think her acting was so poor. If she had done it differently, maybe it could have worked. Like if she had come out and been like, "Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jimmy. Do you know where I left my clothes?" Like that would have been a better, as opposed to her. I know where I left my clothes. Like fucking drag queen. Come on,
And the
out
whole
here.
screen's blurry. I think I didn't like wipe my glasses. It gets weird.
She's terrible, but Naomi taking off her shoes and squaring up—that's a sister move right there. She's like, "I warned you, bitch. Now we're gonna do this."
Wait, what about the part where she said, I'll take both of you on.
And she did. And she did. Sonya tried to jump in with her man hands, and Naomi was like, "Oh, we doing this? Are we doing this?"
I'll take both of you
It was like
on.
Webster Hall, 1999. Like, "Oh, we gonna do this." Shoes. Shout out to Webster Hall.
Shut up! I was
Wait,
10.
You talking about a fight that happened? What's the whole? Yeah, it was like one beating two girls up. I think I was there that day.
Yeah, because you're 70.
Good times at Webster Hall. But yeah, Naomi was
I can
like,
live without
"I
this.
warned you, and now we're doing this."
Silver glow, bitch.
Yes.
Silver glow.
The shoes came off. It was good. It was good. All she needed was the Vaseline on the forehead. It would have been perfect.
Yo, for real.
Yeah, but you can tell where they want to go. They can't go it. Just scrap it.
I have a quick question for Beige. Okay. Quick question.
Oh shit.
If Tara gets into a fight, do you play the Jimmy Uso like you step between them, or do you just let the Glamazon handle that?
I kind of trust Glamazon to handle on her own,
Handle it, Glamazon.
but I will do the Jimmy thing and kind of be like, "Hey, girls,
Yo,
stop
y'all better
fighting."
back up.
Yeah, y'all gotta back up. Chill.
What if I'm
Go
getting
ahead,
jumped?
go ahead. Ask me that same
Then I'll,
question.
then
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
do
coming
like
to you
that.
now.
If I'm getting jumped though,
Then I'll help you to the best of my abilities.
there's multiple bitches.
Why are there multiple
Shout out
bitches
to multiple
fighting you?
bitches out there.
I don't know. Life is crazy.
Trying to take.
So, Sonny, if Addison is squaring up at Latin quarters,
you know,
would you?
Glamazon, you know Puerto Rican judo.
Okay.
You don't know if you got a gun. You don't know if you got a knife. You don't know if you got a box cutter.
Look at this one right here. He ready. Look at this one.
You and Allison are at, give me you and Allison are at Locksmith.
They're
And
so
all of a
fritos.
sudden, so freaked up. And all of a sudden,
never that.
another
No, so fritos.
another girl and Allison, start, what do? Do you step in?
If Allison, another girl fighter,
2 girls.
oh, I'm fucking them the bitches up.
Oh Wow!
Yeah, I'm real overprotective of Allison. I'm like, fuck this shit. Yeah, I'll go to jail.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he loves her so much. That's a good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, I'm going to
He
jail.
loves her.
I'm going to jail.
Okay.
But also, I am pretty sure that Allison can handle her own, and she
Yes.
also slightly scares me. So yeah, I would
Shout
say
out to
that she doesn't
Allison.
even need Sonny.
Do tell Allison I miss her.
I will.
Okay, so quick question. All right, Becky Lynch. She has qualified to go to the Rumble. However, which Rumble has she qualified for? Because she's a man, she's a woman. Which one does she fight in? I was very confused by that. I was very confused. I don't know.
Well, first off, she's going to take on Asuka.
Azuka!
It's a long episode, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I
why
mean,
we're still
because
here.
what? Karma and China and Beth Phoenix have entered the men's Royal Rumble. So,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Amazon
know.
did. Yeah, you did.
Leo Rush will be in the ladies' Royal Rumble. So I'm thinking,
In a
like,
vest.
where's Becky Lynch going to go? I don't know.
She has a championship match, so she's not going to any Rumble match as we know of right now.
It's possible she could still do the women's Royal Rumble
Well,
match,
yeah,
depending
but-
on when that match is.
Yeah, because exactly. If they put what they're probably going to do is that they're going to put the men's match on first, and then the women's match on last.
Men
or vice
always
versa.
come first, Tara. Don't you hate
You
that
know?
shit? Men always come first.
Not
Well,
mine,
last
though,
year
not
they
mine,
did,
not
but
mine.
I mean, it's
I hate it when men come first. And I gotta call my own Uber. Now here's my problem, Sonny, right?
They're expensive.
Charlotte, last
Those
night,
Uber
great
surges.
job. I know.
Yeah, it's expensive.
$11.96 to get to Newark. Like what?
Fucking. Take the
Charlotte, great job. Becky, great job. Carmella,
She's better.
no.
she's improving.
She's better.
She's improving.
You can't
She
get,
actually-
you
she
can't
was
get any
actually-
worse.
She's fabulous.
No, she was actually pretty good in that match.
But you can't get worse.
She held her own against some pretty big bitches.
When
like,
you have balls, you do have to hold them all by yourself sometimes.
Not
You know what?
always.
I got to think about. I've been wanting that
To hold your own balls, Sonny?
No.
That's disgusting. I'm not doing this with Sonny this year. I'm not.
I have learned that you can also call them bat wings.
You call I'm lost.
What the fuck?
Bat wings.
it all wrong.
You can call testicles
He said-
bat wings.
No, it's when your balls stick to your thighs because it's hot. Then you call it bat wings.
Why are your balls hot? It's 10 degrees outside.
Sometimes it's hot outside. Or if
It is 10 bloody degrees
it's
outside.
summer, or if it's hot in the house. It's just, your balls
Where the
stick to
fuck
your
you live?
thighs.
With your balls is sticking to your... Oh God, where the fuck does this boy
I'm a
live?
central heater.
I've never been that hot in my own
Sometimes I get
house.
bat wings. What do you want me to do?
I want you to not have bat wings. I want you to not have bat wings.
Oh Jesus Christ!
In any event, I mean...
Sonny had nothing to say because he's like, I understand stuffing, and I am in solidarity.
I guess I'm in the minority. No pun intended.
He's had the Batman forever.
Oh, that means you. He's saying you sang, Sonny.
I gotta go.
Well, that was our main event for SmackDown. I want to give a quick shout out to one Charles Robinson, who has been a referee in the WWE for 72 years. Like, I forgot he was even still employed until he raised Becky's hand. I said, "Is that Charles Robinson?"
Little Nate.
He's literally been there for no lie 20 some odd years. Like, and I don't know any other referees' names. Quick, name a referee now.
Earl Hebner.
Now.
He is now.
He's not in WWE now.
Nah,
No, a referee from the WWE now.
It's like John Cohen or something. Michael Cohen.
Oh.
That's the one who fell out of the ring during the
No, that's not his name.
something Cohen. Something
not
Cohen.
See, we don't know a referee now.
3-man band guy.
Cowan.
One-man band.
Heath Ledger?
Yes, him.
No, he's
Referee.
dead.
Heath
That's Heath
Ledger.
Slater.
That's my
Heath
referee.
Slater.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he's not doing
Tara. He's dead, Tara.
Somebody's got bat wings on their mind.
Dead.
Jesus
Tara.
Christ. You got a lot of bad wings.
Pay
in your
attention,
mouth.
Tara.
Heath Ledger. Yes.
And you agree. That's terrible, Tara.
Heath Hebner.
But yeah,
What?
no.
She's just
No, that's not a thing.
No.
But shout out to Charles Robinson.
Isn't there one named Tony?
Jinder Mahal.
He's not a referee.
No, I'm talking about a referee named
No, Jinder Mahal's not a bloody referee.
No,
She said
Charles-
Jinder Mahal.
Tony Chimmel.
That's the ring announcer. See, we don't know any referees except for Charles Robinson. So shout out to Charles Robinson. I just want to put that out there. Keep doing what you're doing.
Lil Nate.
My favorite Charles
Yeah,
Robinson.
I know his name and nickname.
Yeah. My favorite moment is the WrestleMania moment where he had to run 5 blocks for the tables, ladders, and chairs match. He came hauling ass. It was like 20 minutes he was running. Finally got there. Shout out to Josh Robinson. So, are you alright?
No.
She's all flustered over here. So, before we go...
Where are we going? I'm tired.
We're going to Jack Dempsey's on Saturday for NXT UK. We're going to do a quick rundown.
Oh.
We're not going to do match by match. Are there any highlights you all are looking
There's
forward
only 5
to?
matches.
But any highlights, Sonny? Any highlights?
Yeah, I got my highlight.
Wow, she got really creepy just there.
Yeah.
She got very Me Too.
I mean, well, she is.
Yeah. She got very Vince McMahon there.
I will be there for the Ripley and Tony Storm match. That will be my match.
Who you going for?
So we're not gonna even touch on what happened to Tony Storm. But like a week and a half ago, I probably would have said Tony Storm was gonna get it because of like she's gonna get it. I know. I heard.
I bet she's gonna get it.
Yep, I heard it. Fuck.
You're gonna let it slide.
Yeah.
I bet you she's gonna let it slide.
Yeah, she let it slide.
I'd slide it, all
It was
right.
bad. Love you, girl.
Slide it
but
right
I'm
past
gonna
her.
stick with Ripley because she is my height, and you know I love the big bitches.
You're
Shout out
not
to
big.
305 Live.
Stop it. Oh.
Listen, Rhea is a big bitch. Okay, did you watch the Mae Young Classic yet?
No.
It was so good.
I don't get that channel in my house.
She has the greasy queen hair. Like it never dries up.
Shout out to Seth Rollins.
Yeah, so it's not like you know how like Dolph Ziggler turns into ramen, gets big hair. Like no, Rhea was
Shout out
just
to
always oily.
Dolph
It was
Ziggler.
great. You should
Speaking
definitely
of
watch it.
oily, fuck Tessa Blanchard. I just wanted to put that out there. Fuck you, Bendeja. I hope you're listening to this. Fuck you. I've been holding that for 2 weeks. Fuck you, Tessa Blanchard.
Those are the thoughts of the
No, don't do this, Sonny. No.
And they do not
Veto.
represent the thoughts or opinions of Jeff. I Like
Tessa
Wrestling.
Blanchard, I hope I see you in the street because it's on site. Did you hear that, Tessa Blanchard?
Go ahead, tell her why it's on site.
No, I don't need a fucking reason. Fuck her. And somewhere Kevin Ward is laughing his ass off because I'm stealing his fuck Baron Corbin. And this year, it's fuck Tessa Blanchard.
And that's because she's with Ricochet.
Fuck her.
Because she's a
Fuck her.
Because-
Sucia. Fuck her. Fuck her.
Oh my god, that concludes episode number.
And that's that. And I'm going to say that every episode I'm on this podcast for no reason. That's that. And she can block me on Instagram all she likes because I got multiple accounts. Bitch, you ain't did shit. You ain't did shit, bitch, blocking me. Fuck you, Tessa Blanchard.
Did she climb a mountain and wear Ricochet's t-shirt? No, the fuck she
No, she
didn't.
didn't. I know I did. But all of a sudden I'm blocked. You only block someone when they're telling the truth, Sonny. So fuck Tessa Blanchard. And that's all I'm going to say about Tessa Blanchard right now. Until next week. So, back to NXT UK. I'm only in it for Tyler Bates.
Sonny called it NXT, you people. Did you hear him? That's what he said.
Sonny is a rampant racist. Rampant.
You know, like tea and
how much-
crumpets, bitch.
Yo, what do they call cigarettes in the UK?
Fags, Sonny. They call them fags. I don't mind if you make fun of gay people. I don't care. It's only the black people I don't
He doesn't
you
like the
do
word
that.
knickers.
Yes. Are there any black people on this show? No. Surprise, surprise. And you get
1.5 today.
I mean, not this show. I meant UK NXT show. Sonny, is there anything you're looking forward to besides going to Jack Dempsey's and drinking Hennessy?
Wow, that was racist. Puerto Ricans also drink
I'm sorry.
Bacardi.
He literally drank that 20 minutes ago, Tara.
It wasn't Hennessy. It was Jack Daniels. And
Don't you
Speaking
love a
of
good
Jack.
Don't you love a good Jack? Beige, don't you like a good Jack every now and then?
I do like a good Jack, especially from Glamazon.
Oh, Tara, don't tell your father I miss him.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Daddy.
Nah, he can't listen to this episode. I've been cursing like a motherfucker.
So, is there anything you're looking forward to, Sonny?
yeah, I'm actually looking forward to.
Going to sleep early because it is the early bird special. NXT UK.
Shout
Come
out to-
early, come eat early, get drunk, and go home. Early. So they're going to be in bed by 6 p.m.
Shout out to Denny's for the early bird special.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the Pete Dunne versus Joe Coffey match.
Pete Dunne.
I feel you've made up all these names, Sonny, because you know I don't watch.
There's a Mustache Mountain.
Tyler Bate, I know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know.
Very well. Very intimately, if you will, I know Tyler Bate.
Oh, hey.
So, will I see you all there this weekend?
Yes, you will.
Bate, shall I see you there this weekend?
Sure.
Glamazon?
He's a liar. He has to go to work. Don't let him lie to you.
Stop it. We know
You'll
black
see
people don't have
me-
jobs. Terrible. I see you there this weekend.
Wow, talk about racist.
I can say it.
Yeah, he was being racist.
Because I'm a nigger fag. I can say that. So do you guys say it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, this has been fun. I'm glad we got to start this year off on an excellent note. 2019. I will be there this Saturday for NXT UK. And for those of you listening, you're not doing anything Saturday? It's early. Come do nothing with us at Jack Dempsey's.
Even if you are doing something, just go anyway.
Come do me at Jack Dempsey's. I'm sorry, that was a slip. Sorry.
No.
They have like 7 bathrooms.
Wait,
like,
no,
he has
why you giving people Listen, doors open at 1 p.m. We will be on one of
I
these
feel like the
floors.
doors might be open at like noon.
Teddy opens at 1:30.
It's funny because it's true. So yes,
Sounds exhausting.
tell me about it.
Yeah.
My back hurts.
I don't want to know any of this.
Free disclaimer shirt after you meet with Sonny.
Teddy will buy you a disclaimer shirt.
I've bought all of them on Amazon. I just keep buying them. Yeah.
For random hookups.
I give them out to all the boys of Newark. Yes. So
Take over Teddy at Takeover.
I'd love that. Actually, that's not bad. I'm gonna change my grinder name. The TED Takeover.
Change it to Moist to Men. It's my favorite.
Moistache Mountain. I like this. You're not writing these down, Sonny. I feel you should be writing these down.
Why writing it down?
Because
Ass mountain.
yes, Moistache Mountain. I like that.
Anyway, can
Book
someone
that,
tell me
Roger. What's up?
to end this thing?
Tyler, masturbate.
And from the back of the drawer, Tyler, drag that one. And on that note, wow, she literally saved 8th grade for the very last 20 seconds. Sonny, this has been fun, but we have got to wrap up eventually.
Trent 7 inches.
Like, really? Talk about lowest common denominator. She reached for the low-hanging fruit.
I'm trash.
Shall we say goodbye?
Oh shit.
Who ate salami? I swear to God, one of y'all ate salami. I keep spelling it. Sonny, take us home. Do the thing.
Yes.
Somebody, fucking do the thing. Teddy, get us out of here.
I said it. All right.
Tell him.
Shall we go home? That's what I'm saying this year. Shall we go home?
Yes.
Oh. Sonny, shall we go home? Nah, forgot it.
that's
I have a whole nother tangent, bitch.
We'll put that in the outtakes. Put her tangent in the outtakes.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that said, that is a wrap of episode 59 of the Yep I Like Wrestling podcast.
59.
Thank you for joining us for our brand new year, brand new us. This was a great time, great episode, and please make sure you follow us at YEPILW on all social media. Make sure you search for this podcast on all podcast platforms by searching Yep I Like Wrestling. And you can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/YEPILW. And for everything else, check us out at YEPILW.com. And on behalf of today's episode, my name is Sonny Sofrito, and today I was joined by
The greatest general manager in Yep I Like Wrestling history.
and I was also joined today by
Your unfriendly neighborhood glamazon, Tara Marie.
and for special reporting and sources,
Beige Benoit. Hey.
Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
and Corny.
Hey, how are you?
And Corny.
Nice and smooth.
Oh shit.
So thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. Take care.
Bye.